All right. So in the second video, we are basically looking at what we did in the first video. So right now you can see the completed graph, and which is all the red coordinates. And you can see how Rocky's data translate over Adrian's information, which should help us make the decision as to which company we should choose. All right, now, before we go any further though, what I want you to do, it doesn't ask us to do this, but we're going to do it. And that is, we're going to translate, since we translated Rocky's into a graph, we are now going to translate Adrian's into a table. And the way that we're going to do this is we're just going to continue this table down. All right, so everyone is going to do this on their sheet. And Adrian feet. Okay. And so now we're going to begin. So we need to make a few marks here so that we don't forget. So this is counting by 200s. Is that right? 1,000, 1,200. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So now we have everything marked off. So the first coordinate, we're not going to count the 0, 0. 5 bikes is, we'll say it's about 198. Okay. 10 bikes, we'll say that's about 300. 15 bikes, we're going to say that's about 450. 20 bikes, 600. 25 bikes, we'll say 780. 30 bikes, 900. 35 bikes is about 1,050. 40 bikes is 1,200. And 45 bikes is about 1,000, yeah, 390. And 50 bikes is about 1,500. All right, so now we have our table done for Adrian. You'll notice that I just completed the whole table instead of stopping the video. All right, so we're going to look at both now. So here's all the information. All right, now this is a table that I did earlier, so it may match up perfectly, it may not. Okay, so this is what we're going to look at though. So we have Adrian's and we have Rocky's information all together. And so now the question is, which bike company would I choose? And as you can see, the big question is, it depends. Okay, what does it depend on? It depends upon how many bikes that you want to buy. Adrian's, and I'm actually going to look at the graph first. Okay, so on the graph, we can see that Adrian's, which is the black line, is actually cheaper all the way up until about this point right here. All right, now if I coincide that with the table, that's the estimate that I have. Now you have to remember, this is just an estimate. Okay, so from the estimate, it looks like the 35 bike point is our breaking point. So if we want less than 35 bikes, we will use Adrian. Okay? Over 35 bikes, we will use Rocky. All right, and we can see that that definitely is the case, that Rocky's is cheaper for 40, 45, and 50, and it also shows up on our graph right in here that his coordinates are slightly below Adrian's. All right, so we've just answered part A, which I asked you just to take a guess based off of what you saw. So now you can see if your answer was accurate or not. You can kind of compare it with what you were thinking as to how to look at the data. We've done B, and we're going to finish up B. So B is, should you connect the points, or can you connect the coordinates? And the question is really asking us, look at the variables, number of bikes and rental fee. First, rental fee, which is on the y-axis. Can rental fee be broken down? Yes, it can. Can number of bikes be broken down? Number of bikes can be broken down, but not into fractional units. So therefore, we really cannot connect the coordinates. Okay? We did just so that we can get a visual as to what we see, but technically we are not supposed to connect the coordinates because I can't have half a bike or 3/4 of a bike. I either have a whole bike or I don't. All right, so in our next video, what we're going to get into is part D and part E, where we're going to discuss patterns and make some predictions. All right.